News now from Jammu and Kashmir, and vigilante groups are being armed with SLR rifles in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district to defend against terrorist attacks. The village defense groups who are armed with .303 rifles are being given new weapons. The massive arming of the villagers has started at Dangri village, where terrorists attacked 3 Hindu families and killed 7 people recently. So vigilante groups there being armed. The village panchayat says in the first phase, most of the men who were given the SLR rifles are ex-servicemen, and that more people will be given new weapons. CRPF and other security forces have also started training these village defense groups. Let's go across to Nazir now for more. And Nazir, tell us more about these village defense groups. So now the villagers themselves and these groups from the villages themselves are expected to protect the villagers.
Well, now the new weapons, Gargi, are being given to the villagers, vigilante groups, which are called village defense groups. And yesterday, they have started arming them with SLR rifles instead of 303 rifles. In Rajouri district alone, there are 5,000 these vigilante groups who have been operating there for last near 30 years. But they were actually, their role had diminished over the last 2 decades. But after recent terror attack on 3 Hindu families in which 7 people were killed, the VDCs have been revamped, they are being rearmed, and they are being given further training by the security force, CRPF and army as well. And since yesterday, these camps have been organized to give SLR rifles to the VDCs or the VDGs, and among them are also these ex-servicemen, and they have been given preference when it comes to the giving SLR rifles in the village. First at Dangri, it started at Dangri, a village where the terror incident had happened a week ago. According to the Sarpanch, it is the Panchayat local Sarpanch, Dheeraj Sharma, who identified these people who should be given the weapon. He is the influential local political leader and the BJP leader there. So he identified and he said they will not give weapons to anybody who has any whose track record is not correct. And he said those who are drinking, they will not be given weapons. He said also those who have high blood pressure, they will also not be given these SLR rifles. So clearly arming villagers in this area is going at a large scale. Already in this particular village, Dangri, there were 70 VDCs who had 303 rifles. Now more people who are going up for weapons have been given SLR rifles. So huge exercise, though controversial, because it was a time when VDCs were formed. A law and order situation in Jammu and Kashmir had literally collapsed. Then the security force regained control and there was no need for using VDCs. But after more than 2 decades, we see revival and the revamping of the VDCs, particularly Rajouri area. Then also it is happening in Kishtwar, it's happening in Poonch areas as well. And more villagers are queuing up to join VDCs to take arms to defend themselves against militancy.